Hello, hello, hello! Welcome back to Fluent English Daily PRO, the podcast that makes English feel easy, fun, and real.
Hey everyone, if this is your first time here, welcome to the family. And if you're a returning listener, we missed you.
I'm Emily, your English guide.
And I'm John, and today today is a special one.
Yes, because right now the whole world is watching the FIFA World Cup 2026, and today we are talking about Senegal versus Iraq.
Senegal, Iraq, two incredible teams. And English learners, you are going to need today's phrases more than ever.
So true, because today's topic is making bold predictions and backing them up.
In other words, how do you say what you think will happen? And then, how do you explain why you think that?
And don't worry if this feels hard right now. By the end of today, you will sound confident, natural, and totally fluent.
That's a promise.
But before we start, please hit that subscribe button. This podcast is free. It comes out every week, and it only takes 1 second. 1 second! Come on, you can do it.
And leave us a comment. Tell us, who do you think wins today, Senegal or Iraq? We read every single one.
Okay, are you ready? Let's go!
All right, before we teach you anything, let me ask you something. Have you ever been in a conversation and someone says, "So what do you think will happen?" And you just go quiet?
Oh, I know that feeling. You have an opinion. You know what you want to say, but the English words, they just don't come out right.
Exactly, and that is so common for beginners. You understand, but speaking feels scary.
Well, that's exactly why we made today's episode, because when you're watching a football match, or even talking about the weather, or a movie, or work, people make predictions all the time.
I think it's going to rain. I bet she gets the job. There's no way they win this. These are predictions, and they are everywhere in English conversation.
So today, we are going to teach you 3 groups of phrases.
Group 1, how to make a basic prediction.
Group 2, how to back up your prediction. In other words, how to say why.
And Group 3, how to agree, disagree, and keep the conversation going.
3 groups, maybe 15 phrases total, and by the end of today, you will use all of them. Not just understand them, use them.
You're going to do great. Let's get started.
Okay, Group 1, how to make a prediction. These phrases are your starting point, the moment you say what you think will happen.
And remember, we're using the World Cup match, Senegal versus Iraq, as our context, so all our examples today will feel very real.
Phrase number 1, I think.
I think is the simplest way to give your opinion or prediction. It's polite, it's common, beginners use it, advanced speakers use it, everyone uses it.
Like this, I think Senegal will win today.
Simple, clear, confident. Now your turn. Repeat after me. I think Senegal will win today.
Beautiful. That already sounds great.
Phrase number 2, I bet.
I bet means you feel very confident about something. It's a little stronger than I think, like you would put money on it.
I bet Iraq surprises everyone tonight.
I bet Iraq surprises everyone tonight. Okay, say it with me, loud and confident. I bet Iraq surprises everyone tonight.
Yes, that's the energy. I love it.
Phrase number 3, there's no way.
Ooh, this one is fun. There's no way means you think something is impossible. Zero chance, not happening.
There's no way this match ends in a draw. One team is going to dominate.
Strong words. Okay, your turn. Repeat after me. There's no way this match ends in a draw.
Oh, that felt so good, right? There's no way. Use that one at the office. Your coworkers will be impressed.
Phrase number 4. I have a feeling.
I have a feeling is softer. It means you sense something might happen, but you're not 100% sure. It's like a gut feeling.
I have a feeling Senegal's striker is going to score in the first half.
I have a feeling Senegal's striker is going to score in the first half.
Fantastic. You're already predicting like a native speaker.
And phrase number 5, one of my favorites, is mark my words.
Oh, wow. Okay, this one is dramatic. Mark my words means pay attention because I am very sure about what I'm about to say.
Mark my words, this is going to be the best match of the tournament.
Mark my words, this is going to be the best match of the tournament.
Yes, perfect. Okay, let's do a quick review of all 5 phrases from Group 1. I'll say the phrase, you say it back. Ready?
I think Senegal will win today.
I bet Iraq surprises everyone tonight.
There's no way this match ends in a draw.
I have a feeling Senegal's striker is going to score in the first half.
Mark my words, this is going to be the best match of the tournament.
Amazing. 5 phrases, Group 1, done. You're already making bold predictions like a pro.
Okay, Group 2. Now, here's the thing. Making a prediction is great, but if someone asks you, why do you think that, you need to be ready.
And believe me, people always ask, why?
So these phrases will help you explain your reasoning, give evidence, back up what you said.
Phrase number 1, because.
Yes, simple because. Never underestimate it. Because connects your prediction to your reason.
I think Senegal will win because they've been incredible this tournament.
I think Senegal will win because they have been incredible this tournament.
Great. Because use it every day.
Phrase number 2. Look at the stats.
When you want to sound very confident and a little expertish, you say, look at the stats. It means the numbers, the data, they prove your point.
Look at the stats. Senegal has scored in every single game so far.
Look at the stats. Senegal has scored in every single game so far.
Wow, you sound like a sports analyst right now.
Phrase number 3. The reason I think that is...
This is a very organized, calm way to explain yourself. It sounds thoughtful, like you have really considered the situation.
The reason I think that is Iraq's defense hasn't been tested yet, not like this.
The reason I think that is Iraq's defense hasn't been tested yet, not like this.
Excellent. You sound so calm and confident with that phrase. I love it.
Phrase number 4, based on.
Based on means using this information as my evidence. It's very common in English, both in conversation and in writing.
Based on their last 3 performances, Senegal is in incredible form.
Based on their last 3 performances, Senegal is in incredible form.
Perfect delivery. See how that sounds so natural?
And phrase number 5, one of my favorites, is you can't argue with.
Oh, this one is great for when the evidence is so clear that no one can disagree.
You can't argue with the numbers. Senegal is the stronger team on paper.
You can't argue with the numbers. Senegal is the stronger team on paper.
Yes, that's so good. You can't argue with the numbers. You will sound so fluent when you say that.
Okay, review for Group 2. Back up those predictions. Repeat after me.
I think Senegal will win because they've been incredible this tournament.
Look at the stats. Senegal has scored in every single game so far.
The reason I think that is Iraq's defense hasn't been tested yet, not like this.
Based on their last 3 performances, Senegal is in incredible form.
You can't argue with the numbers. Senegal is the stronger team on paper.
Group 2 complete. You are doing so well. I mean it. Let's keep going.
Okay, we're almost at the end, but before we go, one final big review. All 15 phrases, all 3 groups. This is your last chance to practice. Are you ready?
Say each one loud and clear. Don't be shy. Nobody's watching.
Group 1, making a prediction.
I think Senegal will win today.
I bet Iraq surprises everyone tonight.
There's no way this match ends in a draw.
I have a feeling Senegal's striker scores first.
Mark my words, this is going to be the best match of the tournament.
Group 2, backing up your prediction.
I think Senegal will win because they have been incredible this tournament.
Look at the stats. Senegal has scored in every single game so far.
The reason I think that is, Iraq's defense hasn't been tested yet.
Based on their last 3 performances, Senegal is in incredible form.
You can't argue with the numbers. Senegal is the stronger team on paper.
Group 3, agree, disagree, and keep it going.
I totally agree, but don't count Iraq out. They have some real talent.
That's a fair point, but form isn't everything. Iraq plays with heart.
Honestly, I'm not so sure about that. Iraq has been underestimated before.
What makes you say that? I thought Iraq was stronger this year.
Okay, but what if Iraq's goalkeeper has the game of his life tonight?
Beautiful. You just reviewed 15 phrases. You said them out loud. You practiced. That is real learning, and you should be proud of yourself.
Seriously, not everyone shows up to practice English on a Saturday afternoon, but you did, and that matters.
Before we go, here is your community question for the comments this week. Who do you think wins, Senegal or Iraq? Use at least 2 phrases from today to explain your prediction. We will read your answers, and we might even feature the best ones in the next episode.
That would be so cool. I'm actually looking forward to reading those.
One more thing, if this episode helped you today, please share it with a friend who is learning English. One share from you could change someone's whole journey. That is not an exaggeration.
We put our hearts into every episode, and knowing it reaches you, that means everything to us.
All right, English learners, we will see you in the next episode of Fluent English Daily PRO. Until then,
Keep speaking, keep practicing.
and keep growing. Bye!
Take care, everyone.
Okay, Group 3. This is where things get really fun, because real conversation is not a one-way street. People respond, people push back, people disagree, and you need to be ready for all of it.
These phrases will help you agree, disagree politely, and keep the energy of the conversation going.
Phrase number 1. I totally agree, but...
This is perfect. You start by agreeing, which makes the other person feel heard, and then you add your own point. It's smooth, it's polite.
I totally agree, but don't count Iraq out. They have some real talent.
I totally agree, but don't count Iraq out. They have some real talent.
Oh, that is so mature sounding. I totally agree, but use it in meetings, with friends, everywhere.
Phrase number 2. That's a fair point, but...
Similar to the first one, you acknowledge the other person's idea, that's a fair point, and then you add something different.
That's a fair point, but form isn't everything. Iraq plays with heart.
That's a fair point, but form isn't everything. Iraq plays with heart.
Good job. You're holding your ground and staying polite. That's very advanced English behavior.
Phrase number 3. Honestly, I'm not so sure about that.
This is a gentle way to disagree. Not aggressive, not rude, just calm and honest.
Honestly, I'm not so sure about that. Iraq has been underestimated before.
Honestly, I'm not so sure about that. Iraq has been underestimated before.
Perfect. That phrase gives you power without being confrontational. I love that.
Phrase number 4. What makes you say that?
This is a question, and it's gold. When you don't understand someone's reasoning or you want to hear more, just ask, what makes you say that?
Oh, really? What makes you say that? I thought Iraq was stronger this year.
Oh, really? What makes you say that? I thought Iraq was stronger this year.
Excellent! That question keeps conversations alive. People love being asked to explain their opinion.
And phrase number 5, the energy keeper. Okay, but what if...
Oh, this one is my favorite. What if opens up possibilities. It's curious, it's fun. It makes conversations creative.
Okay, but what if Iraq's goalkeeper has the game of his life tonight? Then what?
Okay, but what if Iraq's goalkeeper has the game of his life tonight?
See how that creates excitement? What if? It's a magic phrase.
All right, Group 3 review. Let's go through all 5 together. Repeat after me.
I totally agree, but don't count Iraq out. They have some real talent.
That's a fair point, but form isn't everything. Iraq plays with heart.
That's a fair point, but form isn't everything. Iraq plays with heart. Honestly, I'm not so sure about that. Iraq has been underestimated before.
Honestly, I'm not so sure about that. Iraq has been underestimated before.
Oh, really? What makes you say that? I thought Iraq was stronger this year.
Oh, really? What makes you say that? I thought Iraq was stronger this year.
Okay, but what if Iraq's goalkeeper has the game of his life tonight?
Okay, but what if Iraq's goalkeeper has the game of his life tonight?
Group 3, done. 3 groups complete. You've learned 15 phrases today. 15! Give yourself a pat on the back. Seriously.
Now it's time for the best part of the episode.
The live roleplay scene. This is where you hear everything we taught today in one real, natural conversation.
Imagine this. It's match day. Senegal versus Iraq. 2 friends, Emily and John, are sitting at a cafe watching the pre-match coverage on the TV. 1 coffee, a lot of opinions.
Let's go.
Okay, Senegal versus Iraq. This is going to be electric. I think Senegal will win today, no question.
Really? Just like that?
Look at the stats. They've scored in every game this tournament. You can't argue with that.
That's a fair point, but don't count Iraq out. They have some real talent.
What makes you say that? Their last match was, kind of average, no?
The reason I think that is Iraq was playing their worst game under pressure. That was a bad night. Tonight feels different.
Honestly, I'm not so sure about that. Based on their last 3 performances, Senegal is in incredible form. They're just better right now.
Okay, but what if Iraq's goalkeeper has the game of his life tonight? Then what?
Then I lose the bet. But mark my words, Senegal finishes this in 90 minutes. I bet they score first.
Grinning, I totally agree that they're strong, but I have a feeling tonight is Iraq's night. There's no way it's as easy as everyone thinks.
We'll see.
To the listener, warm. And scene. Did you hear it? Did you catch all the phrases?
Calm walkthrough. I started with, I think Senegal will win today. Basic prediction, Group 1.
Continuing, then John said, look at the stats, and you can't argue with that. Both from Group 2, backing up the prediction.
That's a fair point, but that's Group 3, agreeing, then disagreeing.
What makes you say that? Group 3 again, keeping the conversation moving.
The reason I think that is... Congratulations on making it all the way through the lesson with Emily and John. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button right in the center of your screen so you never miss our next lesson. You can also check out more videos right over here on the left or right side. We've picked them just for you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.